Auto dealers need to embrace payroll and HR technology. Hey guys, my name's Chris Roig. I've been in the HR tech space for the last 15 years, currently serving as the Director of Sales Engineering for Netchex, a leader in cloud-based HR and payroll technology built for companies with hourly workers but works great for everyone, especially auto dealerships. And today, I want to talk to you about why auto dealers need to embrace payroll and HR tech. And here's the reality, guys, is that the technology in the vehicles that we sell has changed dramatically over the last several years and decades even. But the technology that we use in the back office to manage our most important assets, no, not the vehicles that you sell that are on your lot, the people that sell them for you and that actually fix them when they come in for service, that asset, the tech we use to manage them really hasn't changed that much. And as auto dealers, we really need to be embracing the latest technology to remain competitive in our space and continue to provide a great customer experience. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this down for us into a few different categories. The first category I want to talk to you about is creating back office efficiencies. By leveraging technology, we can really help our controllers and our HR and payroll admins and free them up from working long hours and weekends, which can lead to burnout. Guys, here's the reality. I talk to controllers all the time that are talking about their schedules, and it's different for automotive dealers than maybe some other industries. And we really need to face the reality that we might be asking our teams to work a little too much and be facing some burnout. But it's an easy thing to fix by just leveraging technology to create some efficiencies in the back office. Let me kind of tell you what I'm talking about here. One of the ways that we can really create some efficiencies is just with less paper. Less paper means less effort, more effectiveness, more efficientness, and it means better results. Because here's the deal. I want my team, my controller, focused on watching the money and closing the books, not focused on paper processes to onboard or manage employees. So let's break this down a little bit. In the first part, level one, this back office efficiency, it can start with the beginning of an employee's journey, which is when I'm hiring or onboarding. We've got great tech that can help you find great people, get those jobs posted to multiple job boards in one fell swoop, help you identify the best candidates quickly, line them up for an interview, and then get them hired. Once they're hired, we want to get them onboarded seamlessly. This is one of the places where I see a lot of friction in the process. Here's the reality, guys, is that when we bring on a new hire, we've got to make sure that we're giving them a great experience and making sure that we're doing it in an efficient way. And if you're giving new team members a new hire packet and a pen, we're not doing it right. And look, it's not just the efficiency of hey, I've got controllers that I'm paying, spending time putting together new hire packets and handing that to an employee. I've got an employee driving into my dealership and they might work at my location an hour away. And then when they're done with their paperwork, I've got a controller going through it, checking it and keying it into a system somewhere. Total waste of time, guys. Plus, that's not really a good experience for your employee. The reality is everything's electronic nowadays. I mean, my kids don't have textbooks at school. They have Chromebooks. And so we've got to match that experience. Plus, we really want to get rid of that paper process and free up our time for our controllers away from, hey, I need you to do all of this manually, and into, hey, that was done electronically. The employee filled it all out on their phone, and all of that was used to go and update all the various systems, the payroll system, the benefit system behind the scenes. And once we've updated that, hey, let's start talking about how we're going to manage time for those employees. Now, sure, you might say, hey, they're punching in and punching out on Tekion already on the DMS. Hey, that's great. But who's got visibility into those punches? How do I get corrections made? Does a controller or a payroll admin have to go print reports and bring them to your sales managers who sign off on them on paper? And then if there's changes, making scratch outs and filling in the blanks? What about PTO? How do I keep up with how much time an employee has or has used? And gosh, with all of these states now requiring these complex calculations of sick time, how much time and effort and energy is your team spending managing PTO? Guys, there's technology that can easily do this for us. where employees are empowered to review and submit corrections to their time card. Managers will simply approve that, automatically updating their time card and flowing into payroll for clock hours. With PTO, time can be accrued automatically. Employees can easily see their balance right on their mobile app and even submit electronic requests for time off, which will flow through for approval and ultimately to payroll at the appropriate time. With clear visibility into that, we can ensure that nothing gets missed and there's no fires on payroll day. Once the employee starts punching, they're going to become eligible for benefits shortly after hire. And I know a lot of you guys say, hey, I give them their benefits paperwork during their onboarding. And yeah, some of them fill it out. But what about the ones that want to take it home? Hey, I need to talk to my spouse and we're going to make a decision. And well, then what? Well, then I have to put a follow-up in my calendar. And then I have to remember to go chase the employee down and try to get their paperwork back and go probably key that into at least two systems. I got to key it over here in the benefits system. And I got to key it over here in the payroll system. Guys, that's a waste of valuable time when there's technology that can put that on autopilot for you. Employees can be automatically alerted when they become eligible, freeing up your controller's calendar from reminders about, oh, this person became eligible to enroll in benefits. Employees enroll electronically, which can automatically update carriers and payroll deductions. Nobody has to touch it, and there's no room for error in that process. And don't get me started on ACA. How many controllers have I talked to that just lock their door for a week or two at the beginning of the year to do 1095Cs? Let me ask you, where would you rather have your controller spend their time? On 1095C forms that you could easily outsource, or on closing the books and closing the year and making sure the financials are ready to report? I know my answer. And so with Netchex, we can help with that process, putting all of these processes on autopilot and creating real efficiencies in the back office for your team. And beyond just efficiencies, we really need to be able to create this modern employee experience. And as we look at this again, this is about matching the experience that an employee has in every other walk of life, whether it's with onboarding or benefits, or what I'm going to call some of our level 2 items. It's about creating a great workplace culture for our employees. Creating a culture of recognition, automatically recognizing milestones like birthdays and anniversaries. If you want to disengage a younger employee, Gen Z, millennial, forget their birthday. Come on, you've seen this. They come in with their banners and their sashes. Birthdays are a big deal. Let's make sure that we're recognizing that. What about a service anniversary? Been with me a year, 2 years. We should recognize that. Plus, you also want to make sure that they have a way to give shout outs and kudos to their peers, recognizing a job well done. In fact, one survey showed that employees working for companies that have a strong culture of recognition reported a willingness to go above and beyond twice as high as those of companies that didn't have that culture of recognition. Now, I don't know about you, but I want my people going above and beyond. Beyond that, we also want to make sure that employees have access to the information they need, where everything I want is a quick Google search or Chat GPT prompt away, except for my employer stuff. What's our jury duty policy? Is Black Friday a holiday? What's my medical deductible? Oh, well, for that, I have to email HR or drop by the controller's office. One study by the Society of Human Resources showed that HR professionals spend as much as 40% of their time answering employee questions. And guys, in my experience talking to controllers and HR professionals all day, yeah, that's about right. How do we put that on autopilot though? Can we leverage AI to get answers to employees in real time so my employees get the experience they want and I can create some efficiencies in the back office? What about performance reviews? How are we giving real feedback to our employees? And is the feedback that we're giving them meaningful and helpful to get them to the place where they know what's expected of them and where they stand? Are our managers empowered and coached to deliver great feedback? There's technology out there that can help with this process so that we can help create a great experience for our employees, let them know exactly where they stand, and hopefully the goal is make sure that their goals are aligned with ours and we get even more productivity from those employees. Maybe they don't have the skills they need. How are we developing those employees? Do they have access to the materials they need to maybe make sure that they're not creating risk in the business with some of our HR compliance trainings? But then even beyond that, professional development skills, helping them learn the things they need to advance their career. Now, some of you might be thinking, gosh, I don't know. If I train the employees all those new skills, what if they leave me and take them somewhere else? Well, look, that's a real possibility. You know what's worse than that, though, is they don't develop these skills and they keep working for you. Seriously, we've got to be developing our employees and helping take them to the next level. Things like, hey, here's some training on Microsoft Office skills or some basic time management or even first time supervisor training. Last time I checked, great managers didn't grow on trees, but a survey by Gallup showed that the number one influencer on an employee's engagement score is their manager. Yet, very few companies are actually investing in developing their managers to have the skills they need to create a great employee experience. And we all know engaged employees have higher productivity and longer retention with us, meaning lower turnover costs and higher production. Our third bucket is all about integration to our DMS. The DMS is the heart and soul of the dealership. It has all the data we need. If your payroll and HR tech is not connected to the DMS, you're going to have some headaches and some heartache along the way. And that's why Netchex is the best payroll and HR software for dealerships using Tekion DMS. Because we've got real integration with Tekion that allows you to easily bring in all your flag time, commission, right from Tekion directly into the payroll. And after payroll's run, we can push all those journal entries right back into Tekion for you. And I'm not talking about like, oh yeah, we can figure that out. I'm talking about live integrations that we're already doing with customers today that you can take advantage of as well. Because at the end of the day, dealerships need to embrace great payroll and HR technology to create back office efficiencies and a modern employee experience. We need to be able to scale the dealership without adding headcount in the back office. We need to create a great experience for our employees so we can win the war on talent. And we need to make sure that it's fully integrated to our DMS so we don't wind up with exchanging one problem for another because now I automated benefits, but I have to put the information in the DMS and payroll separately. And guys, there's great technology out there that can do this, but Netchex is the best technology for dealerships using Tekion DMS. You want to see it in action? Let's take a look. Creating efficiency really starts with our hiring process. And Netchex does a great job with helping you get jobs posted and taking candidates through. Then when the employee is hired, we're grabbing all of that information like taxes and direct deposits, I-9s electronically, and using that to automatically update the employee's profile. Push out your handbook, push out your policies, have the employee just sign off electronically and free up your controllers from spending time messing with paper forms, trying to make sure the employees filled it out correctly, and then updating all of that in your payroll system. And the journey continues after onboarding. We make it easy to track time, put in a punch correction request, all freeing up the controllers from having to print reports and send out information and try and get everybody to, scratch that out. And now we're actually making it simple for employees to put in a punch request. Hey, can you change this punch for me? I forgot to punch me out at 5 o'clock. We're also helping manage PTO, where we're tracking the balances, sharing that information with employees in their mobile app, even forecasting how much time they would have available when the time of the request comes about. So we make it easy for them. Plus, all the requests are submitted electronically and automatically synced to payroll. When it comes to benefits, simply allow us to build out your benefit plans. Now, look, we're not going to change your plans or change your broker. We'll just build out all the information and share it with your employees. We'll automatically notify them when they become eligible, so you don't have to track that in a spreadsheet or on a calendar somewhere. Netchex has that automated for you. When employees go in and tell us about their dependents and beneficiaries and then make their plan elections, we'll use that data to automatically update payroll based on what they've elected in their mobile app experience. We're really making it a super simple and easy process for employees that turns into a very efficient process in the back office, freeing up time for your controllers and payroll admins. And when it comes time for payroll, Netchex is the best payroll and HR solution for companies using Tekion DMS because of our one-screen payroll that gives you visibility into everything that could impact your payroll. so that you can take control and run payroll with confidence, all from one screen. Here's how it works. We'll give you your payroll readiness score, whether payroll's today or you run payroll next week. Here, it shows all the things that can impact your payroll, like time and attendance, outstanding items, maybe an onboarding task an employee hasn't completed, or an employee change or tax event that needs your attention before payroll can be run. See, we want to make sure that you have accuracy from hire all the way through to payday. Plus, we want to give you visibility where you can take action. Hey, I can easily see I've got some missed punches. Now, maybe I don't run payroll till next week, but I want to go ahead and notify my employees. You have the control to notify those employees right here from your dashboard. And when they go in and submit their punch corrections, notify the managers to make sure that they approve all of those requests. Have a manager that doesn't get it done by payroll? No problem. You can take action right from the dashboard, giving you the control you need to make sure that payroll's not delayed waiting on a manager to make an update. See, with Netchex, we want you to be confident as you run your payroll, and our one screen payroll with readiness dashboard is the best way for you to have visibility into what needs to be addressed, control to take action when you need it, so that you're 100% confident that payroll is going to run accurately and correctly. Once we have all of the information from time cards and benefit changes, simply import the flag time and commissions from Tekion, process the payroll, and we'll push all your journal entries back into Tekion on the back end. Not only are we creating efficiencies with employee self-service and employee empowerment, we're also giving you great efficiencies in the payroll process. And it doesn't stop with just creating back office efficiencies. We also need to create a great employee experience. With Netchex, your employees have access to a world-class mobile app, putting everything they need right at their fingertips. Tools like Ask HR allow employees access to information they need, whether that's related to a company policy like, hey, what are our holidays, or what's my medical deductible, or it's maybe related to, hey, how do I put a customer into the eLead software or greet a customer when they come to the sales floor? With Ask HR, employees have access to the information they need right when they need it. We live in an instant gratification society. I can find out anything I need from Google or ChatGPT unless it has to do with our company documents, and then I have to ask a controller or an HR person and wait for them to get back to me. No way. With Netchex, they have access to the information they need right at their fingertips. And it also helps create some efficiency for your team who don't have to waste time answering the same employee questions over and over again. We also help create a great experience with recognition, where employees know that they'll be recognized for a job well done. We automate recognition for birthdays and anniversaries, plus give employees the opportunity to give a shout out to a peer, letting them know, hey, I really appreciate you. When employees know they'll be recognized, they're twice as likely to go above and beyond for a customer and have an 89% higher sense of drive and determination. With our performance, we're helping bring an AI coach to the flow, whether it's the unfortunate incident of a disciplinary action or just the annual performance review. We want to ensure that the feedback we're giving to our employees is meaningful and impactful so that they can get better. Managers have the opportunity to get real-time coaching in the flow of performance. As they're writing feedback and comments, we'll actually run that through our rubric and share feedback about that comment with the manager, helping them improve the information they're sharing with your team. This really helps develop the employees and give them real meaningful coaching that they can actually use to get better. And ultimately, that means a better employee experience and a better experience for your customers. Plus, employees can easily take training courses right from the mobile app, meaning they'll develop the skills they need to have an even better performance review next year. See, with Netchex, we're helping create a better employee experience so that you can find the best people, get those people engaged, keep them working at your company, and ultimately have a more productive workforce with lower turnover costs and higher outputs. And at the end of the day, isn't that what we're all about? See, you need great payroll and HR tech so you can scale your back office efficiently, free up your controllers from working long days and weekends, so you can create a better employee experience, to become an employer of choice in your market. And Netchex is the best option for dealerships running Tekion DMS because we integrate deeply with your DMS where you can bring in all of your flag time and commissions right into payroll. And after payroll, we can push all of those journal entries back into Tekion DMS. If your payroll and HR software is not intimately connected and integrated with your DMS, it's going to cause headaches and heartaches on the back end. And that's why Netchex is the #1 option for dealerships running Tekion DMS. Hey, I hope you've learned something from our video today. Until next time, bye for now.